welcome back to my tricycle life. My name is Donald. I've been riding trikes since I was 10-ish. But I also have a disability, if it's not already obvious, but I have CP, and I could say the long word of it, but with my speech, I tend to mess it up all the time. So we'll just leave it at CP. Like I said before, I got into tricycle riding. I got introduced to tricycles since I was 10, but I actually started riding seriously and trying to learn how to modify trikes in 1998. Like my last video said. So when I started, like I said in the last video, my only tricycle that I could buy and that was out there was, excuse the term, a granny style trike. That's like the basic trike that you can get at the time. You know, with the basket, with 8-finger handlebars and stuff like that. Unfortunately, when I got the bike, it was very uncomfortable to ride for me because with the 8-finger handlebars, it put my wrist at a bad angle, or an angle that I wasn't used to. And with my disability, as you can see, my wrist can only go, it can't do this. So by hanging on to the 8-fingers, it was putting my wrist in the spot where it was very uncomfortable for me. And not only that, but it had a seat that was very too big for the bike, and that meant that when I was on it, my butt is small on a big butt seat. And what would happen was, to get in the seat right, I would have to scoot back into the seat. And what would happen was, the seat was so big that when I would try to make a downstroke with the pedal, the back of the seat would hit me in the back of the thigh. So it would hinder my movement. And so I had to learn how to take things apart. Like I had to exchange seats for a proper size seat for me, and I had to also change the handlebar and gooseneck to put myself in a better riding position. But when I first started doing that, I would go to different bike shops and ask them if I can, what I can do about changing stuff. And most bike shops I went to at the time either didn't want to help me, or they said it is what it is and get used to it. But I could never get used to it until I came across a local bike shop that they hired a new bike mechanic, and he was open to ideas on modification for me. He helped me understand the designs of bikes and how they go together and why. So over time, I added mountain bike front suspension on it. I added a new handlebar and gooseneck on it, which made the bike better. I also had him build me some custom rims for it. So basically, when I first got it had 24-inch rims. That's about the basic rim size that you get from a basic trike. So I bumped it up to 26-inch all the way around, and that seemed to make it go faster, perform better. The downsides was it also made it more top heavy, and I was ready at the time, just getting out of my phase of learning how to walk, and because before I got the bike a couple years earlier, when I was still in school, around 4th or 5th grade, I had a couple surgeries that helped me to walk because of the CP. So around middle school, I started walking with my wheelchair, and I took 3 years of physical therapy, and I got stronger. So when I moved into high school, I found a group of people that accepted me. My peers, they were the outcasts, which I never looked at them as outcasts, but nevertheless I did fit in, and they were willing to wait for me at lunchtime. I wasn't fast at all, because I was only walking for just a few years at the time, so I was slow on my feet compared to other kids my age. So, but these kids, my peers, that were outcasts like I was for different reasons, they accepted me, and I that's when things started looking up for me. So fast forward to that time, I graduated in 1997, and about 1998, that's when, like I said before, I got into tricycle riding seriously on a daily, and that's, like I said, that's when I bought my first trike, and I will find that picture and post it right above me if I can. So I met the awesome bicycle mechanic, and he allowed me to hang out in the bike shop for at least a year, and to answer all my questions and help me with all my modifications. And that's what started me out on finding other trikes and modifying them, and getting better with my riding. And that's what you see now. Like I said, I will post that picture in the video so you can compare the difference. And so my goal for this channel, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for a couple of years now, and just now are able to have good enough cameras and accessories to start one on my own. I can say that I'm not a editor at any level, but I will make, in time, my videos will get better. I can say that. So, my other goal for this channel is to be an inspiration to the people that watch it, and if you have a disability of any kind and think that, it is what it is, and I can't do that much about it, besides, I'm not fast as everybody else and everything else. It can be. Trikes, the technology has came so far, and it's so good that, depending on your budget, you can get a trike that could suit your needs. Granted, you might have to get a second-hand trike and build off that, because at one point in time, that's what I've done. I have over 8 or 9 trikes right now, and I kept most of my bikes through the years, besides a couple. Like my first bike, I wish I still had, but luckily I have a picture of. But so I did not get to this point overnight. This took me a good 20 years to accomplish. But in that time, I have bought second-hand trikes, because that was the thing that was in my budget. I bought new trikes that I had to have on layaway and pay off slowly, that I also modified, and I will show you in other videos what those look like today and what I've done to them. And I'm sure, because they've been in storage for over a year, they probably need to be worked on, and I'll do videos about getting those bikes on the road again, and we'll do a couple rides with those and talk about how they perform compared to this and other bikes I have. But my goal, like I said, is to show you as my viewer or my prescriber that despite your disability, whatever that might be, mentally or physical, and if you wanted to get out, if it's just exercise, or even if you wanted something to get to point A to point B, use it as a daily driver. See, this is my car. These are my cars. So I tend to ride these, weather permitting, every day. Like for this one, for example, I got this just after COVID started, and I have over now, I think I have 2,900 miles on it. And the biggest modification I've done to this one is just tires, and that's not, that's saying a lot, because most of my bikes, in one way or another, I had to heavily modify to suit my needs. Actually, besides the tires, I did the pedals, because these pedals are clipless pedals, and that allows my feet to stay on, and I don't have to worry about my feet falling off. On my other past bikes, like my first bike, that was an issue before I discovered these, and that was because of my left leg kept falling off the pedal every 1.5 rotation, because I don't have a lot of muscle control in my left leg. So what would happen is my left foot would fall off the pedal, and because it was a traditional trike, I would literally run myself over, essentially. And so therefore I was pretty much crashing the trike every other day. And I was stubborn enough to get right back on and try again. With that bike, I gotten up to riding 15 to 20 miles a day. However, with a traditional trike, what would happen is I got blisters, style stores. That was because if you ever ridden a two-wheel bike or seen someone ride a two-wheel bike, the two-wheel bike as they ride kind of moves back and forth, side to side with the body, and but with a trike doesn't do that. A trike doesn't move back and forth like a two-wheel does. The rider does at that point. So if you can imagine the trike being stiff, trying to stay up, and every time I took a pedal, my either my right side went down on the low end of the stroke, and then when so my body kept kind of teeter-tottering over the seat, and that would cause friction. Even though I was wearing at the time bicycle shorts and pads and whatever they had at the time to wear, that wasn't enough to protect my behind and other places from blisters. But I still rode. I was stubborn. What can I say? And young. But once I discovered that they had recumbent tricycles, that was a game changer for me. This is a recumbent, meaning that your feet kind of pedal out in front of you like this, versus traditionally you pedal like kind of like this. When my feet are now, kind of like this way compared to this way. But after I got into this type of design bike, it wasn't this one. It was actually another trike that I will show you in the future. But the thing is that changes the whole situation for me. But like I said, my goal is to talk about and answer questions about these types of bikes, and I know that there's going to be a lot of questions, I hope, not just about the bikes, perhaps about me too. I'm open to people asking me questions about my disability. Granted, depending on the question, I will answer it as best I can. There's some questions that I imagine they might be perhaps too private. I will not answer those questions, but within reason, most questions will be answered. Again, either about me or the bike. But also my other goals for this channel will be about not only doing rides and talking about different equipment you can get for the bikes, such as the pedals. These are clip the pedals. Yeah, they take special shoes and they clip on the shoes, clip on the pedals like a ski does. I will explain that again in other videos. I will talk about how to maintain your bike so it can last a long time. I will hopefully make videos as the weather changes about working on bikes. Like I will specifically do videos about every system of the bike and why and how it works and how to maintain that, despite what kind of setup it is. I will also answer questions regarding that as well, like, you know, how do you size your chain? How do you work on your brake system? How do you, whatever. But like I said, that's my goal for this channel, and I don't know how popular this channel will be. At this point, I don't really care. I'm not doing this for likes, particularly. I'm not doing it for, to be famous. I have a lot of information about trikes, and I believe that I can pass it along, and hopefully get a couple of people riding trikes, and not having them start where I started, school one. Hopefully, with my information I have, that they can get an upper hand and get straight to riding the trike comfortably and having good experiences and memories on the trike. That's my goal, and I should have made this video or posted this video first, but I was very excited to upload some videos to my channel. So, like I said, better late than never. And if you like this video, please subscribe and press all the like buttons. And if you want to make comments down below, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And I would like to see how far we can take this channel, and if you want to, please share the link or share the video. That can really help. So I heard about the YouTube algorithm. It likes it when you do all that stuff. So with that said, until next time, bye for now.